What's good, you guys? We're back with another day in the life of J and L. Y'all gonna hear me sniffing a lot because I don't know if it's allergies or if it's what she sprayed in her hair, but like my nose is stuffed up. Today we're gonna be
Talk
I don't
about
know.
McDonald's.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about McDonald's. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna name this video yet, but I'm gonna name it something. I started working at McDonald's. I don't remember what month it was, but it was in like late 2014. I was a junior in high school. Really needed a job, so McDonald's was the only person, people that was hiring. They hired everybody, so I went to McDonald's.
I started in like late June, early July of 2015. I just started because I really wanted a job. And like he said, it's the only place that will really hire you.
So when I started, I don't know. Like I worked with a lot of people out that went to my school because like it was our McDonald's that was in town. So like a lot of my friends worked at McDonald's too. But there was a lot of people there that I didn't know. So like I was more of a shy person than I am now. I can talk to people now, but I'm still kind of shy. But then like I was very shy. So the first few times I was working, like as I was getting to know it, like I was like not talking to nobody. I was quiet. Then eventually, like I started working with some people. You know, I went to school and I started talking to them, and I seen that they was talking to some people that I didn't know because you know they worked there longer than I did. So as I started seeing them talking to people, then I started making new friends, people I didn't know. So then I became pretty good with McDonald's. I mean, it's a really easy job too. Like I think I became pretty good at that. I can call myself a McDonald's professional. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, I had rock the shirt for the video.
Do you remember why you had to wear those shirts?
No, I don't remember why I had to wear the shirt. Why did we have to wear the shirt?
You wore them. It's like a free day uniform thing. You didn't have to wear the polo uniform on certain Saturdays.
Oh yeah. So we had like regular. You know, y'all been to McDonald's plenty of times. I'm sure everyone is watching has been to McDonald's. So you know, like they wear like little collar shirts sometimes. So like I think it was like what days was it?
Saturdays.
Saturdays we was allowed to wear like this. Something uncomfortable. We still had to tuck them in. I never tucked my shirt in. I didn't care. But yeah.
Mine's just blue, but I don't have mine. I started, I already said that, in June, early July. It was pretty hard at first because I worked first like up front, and like if I did something wrong and the customer could tell, they could see it in my face expression. And then but I was working in the morning, so it'll be like I'll be there for like maybe 5 hours. But in the mornings it was kind of slow because there was not a lot of young people, it's more old people. And then it wasn't that bad. I was on front counter for like 2 months, and after that I was moved to drive-through. But it was hard at first, but then I got used to it. But I like drive-through better than front counter.
Yeah, honestly, I was what's it called? I was a cook, so I did like I either cooked on the grill or made the burgers and stuff like that. I really wish I probably would have, like a lot of people say that it's not fun being cashier, but I feel like it wasn't fun being on the table. I think you were on the table.
I liked the table better.
Yeah, so she actually liked the table. The table wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad, but
the reason I didn't like front counter that good is because people be catching attitude from left to right, and I'm gonna catch attitude right back, which is wrong, but they gonna see my face expression. And in drive-thru, they not. All they gonna hear is my voice. But if you're in the window, like if you catch an attitude with them, and once they pull up to the window when they about to pay, they gonna be like, "You took my order."
I don't know.
What the grill section has to worry about attitude-wise is managers telling them to get my food, and that's it. That's all you gotta worry about. So one of my bad experiences working there, like a little after, maybe the second week I started, I had a customer. He came and I was in front counter, and he asked for a senior drink. which is I think 60 something cents. And I rung a small one by mistake because the senior and the small one was like right under each other. So I just hit it by mistake, and that's what he paid for. And then after I cashed everything out, after I told him the total, he's gonna sit there and say he was just basically mad because I charged him 12 cents extra than usual. But after I asked for the change, well, for the amount, he didn't say anything. So he waits after, and then he was basically mad, and then he called me a B word. And then he was actually being all loud, and then the manager just came over, and then that was just it.
I don't think I had a single bad. Like, of course I had bad days at McDonald's. It's like everyone has bad days at work, period.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think I actually had like an actual bad experience though. I mean, every day was just one normal day for me. But on the other hand, I did have fun experiences.
Oh, there was a lot.
So yeah, I can start with those first.
Okay.
I got one experience. If any of y'all are watching this, either JP or Josh, you remember this experience. It was one day, I guess we was all like hungry and it was about to close. I'm not sure if we was closed or we wasn't closed. I
think one of you guys, like, cause you know how there's like the 10:30 people and then the people that close.
Yeah.
And the 10:30 people will basically still be there for closing, but you got to do your little duty and then leave.
That was Josh. That's both of them are my homeboys, Josh and JP. Josh is actually doing the same thing I'm doing. He's just in a different area. But so Josh was like, he was leaving before me and JP was. I think me and JP was both closing. Or it's either me and JP was both closing or JP left like at close time and I actually closed. So either way it went. So I think Josh came up with the idea. He was like, hey, let's all make burgers, and then when I leave, just hand me mines, and y'all can just go hide y'all's. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I was down for it. So I was on the grill session, because Josh, he was cashier like she was. So I was on the grill session, and me and JP, we started making all three of our burgers and stuff. And then, like, we all threw them to my side, and we hid them, like, in this little area to, like, where you can't see. If you're walking across the front counter, you can't see where I hid the burgers at. And the manager, that's what she was. And then I seen her walk, and she came past the front counter and around to the back area where we made the burgers at. And I was like, oh snap, I had to hide these burgers because she's gonna come and see them. So I don't know what I did, but like she was like standing right near the burgers, and like I was just like staring there, like I was just like looking at her, looking back and forth. And then she never like noticed that we had burgers sitting over there. So then once she walked away, I took her and slid the burgers to JP, and then JP threw. So Josh, what happened was Josh came around. He was already in his car and stuff. He came around through the drive-through, and JP just went to the drive-through, opened up the window, and threw him his burger. And then he went to the second window. He was like, "Hey, bro, give me some sauce." So then JP had to run and go grab him a whole bunch of sauces. And then as Josh was driving off, we had threw him the sauces. And I guess he put his car in neutral and didn't notice it. And then he was about to drive off, and he just hit the gas, and it was just like,
I'm surprised his car did not break down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if her name is Miss Terry or Miss Tori. I think it's Miss Tori. But I was already off the clock. And this lady, she was our biscuit lady. So she had to be there around like 3:30, 4:30 to have everything ready for breakfast. And she was like one of the old ladies. And she drove a scooter to work every day. And I guess something was wrong with her scooter. But she was already off the clock. And I was already getting off.
Ain't nothing wrong with that woman's scooter. She came freaking around. She just came down on a scooter. The way, okay, I'm gonna let her tell the story, but the way this happened is, ain't nothing wrong with that scooter.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with her?
Anyways, she had got off work, and I think she left and came back for her helmet. But I don't know, why would she leave the store? Like, why would she even get on the scooter and leave without a helmet? Especially in St. Paul's. So she came back and she asked me if I could get her helmet for her. I was like, no, I don't work for free. And it was drizzling that day too. So she was gonna pull in, like, we'll insert a video so you guys can see it. She was about to hit a car, and inside that car, there was a passenger in the passenger seat. So, like, they were looking at her like, it was just funny.
Like I said, I'm gonna insert it like right now.
You better not.
I'm not no bad girl.
You are bad. No, I'm not.
I don't think you send somebody in there to get wet. In there to get it. Who's in the lobby?
I don't know. I don't think we have a lobby, Preston.
I have to send somebody in there to get my helmet.
You need your helmet?
Yeah, you go get it for me?
Girl, I'm off the clock. You gonna give me $5?
Well, good God.
I don't work for free. Go in McDonald's with your go in there. Girl, you better back.
There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. What was that while ago? Like put air in the tire?
Our girl's about to say, what the fuck wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with it. Listen at it. Is it smoking? Is it smoking? Is it smoking? Is it smoking? Is it smoking?
You better run it to McDonald's. You better pray before you get on that bitch.
But that was funny. I'm just gonna insert some other clips like right now. And it's like some other stuff that we done at McDonald's. But now we're gonna talk about, oh my gosh, managers. The managers we hated and the managers we liked and why. So I'm just gonna start naming off managers for you.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with one of the main managers.
Michelle.
Yep.
Okay.
Me personally.
No, I want to go first.
So why'd you say okay? Look at B4.
I don't know. I personally like Michelle. I think she's a good person. She can be too nice sometimes, but she's never ever like disrespected me or anything like that. So I liked her, and she worked around my schedule. Some other employees say it's not true with their situation, but with my situation, she always worked well with me. And one thing I really didn't like was when, especially on Sundays, we would run out of so many things. But when she would come in, everything run perfectly. Like, yeah, we'll be backed up in certain things, but she'll get on the table and help out. In other occasions, it won't be like that. It would just be like getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But I like her. I think she's a pretty good general manager to have her own store.
Yeah. I liked her too. There was sometimes like it probably was my fault because before I was very disrespectful. So probably had a lot to do with my disrespectfulness. But there was sometimes like she would just call me out for no, and like I'd be upset about it. But other than that, like I really liked her. She was a good manager. But there was a lot of other managers that only acted good around her. Like whenever she wasn't there, they were running stuff one way, and whenever she was there, they were running a whole different way. So that's one thing I didn't like. But let's see.
Miss Kim should be next.
Okay.
Miss Kim, on the other hand, she'll look crazy. And if you, I don't know, she smelled like a lot of mint. Like she always chewing gum. So if you smell mint or bleach, you know Miss Kim's around. Cause she's always cleaning, always cleaning. It'll be funny when like we'd be backed up and everybody's like, Miss Kim is on duty. She's the duty manager and she's nowhere to be found. And she's always on the headset talking, but she's nowhere to be found.
You feel like, where that noise coming from? I know she's around here somewhere.
She was the scheduling manager, so she gave me a lot of hours, so I liked her.
Tell me about how you and Krista did.
No. No, there were times where me and Krista would close, and we would just, well, probably sit down and talk for like maybe 20, 30 minutes. And then she'll like tell us how his life's going. And then she started crying. And then me, knowing me, I'd be wanting to bust out and have a laugh attack. So I thought it was bad to sit there and laugh in front of her face because she's like breaking down to us and telling us about her life and how she's doing. And it's just like the way she cried and her face and her lips. It was just hilarious. And then Crystal, with her, it makes things worse because she's gonna make me laugh, but I just couldn't hold it. And sometimes I feel like I want to go laugh, so we would make her cry over.
There was some terrible people. The bad part about it is I was there one time whenever she was crying, and I heard the conversation going on, and then I heard these two over here just bust out laughing. I was like, oh my god. It's my own business, but
she was a good manager, though.
Yeah, I probably was my favorite manager out of all the managers.
Really?
Yeah, Miss Kim.
I thought it was Miss Jackie.
No, definitely not.
Whatever.
But yeah, Miss Kim was probably my favorite manager. Like she said, she did a lot of cleaning. She would clean all the time. It'd be sometimes she'd be walking by us and she'd just start cleaning our stuff. I was like, what are you doing? But yeah. Let's see.
Miss Jackie, since I already mentioned her.
Okay.
So you can go first.
All right, Miss Jackie. She was. I don't think she wasn't necessarily weird, but she was super old. So like she just walk around humming. And I used to do this a lot. I don't know if anybody else ever anybody else knows. I don't know if y'all ever heard me do this, but like I'll just be walking around like. That's something she used to always do. She used to be walking around.
She'd be humming.
Well, like whenever she get upset, she do it all. Like she just do it for a long period of time.
That's her little meditation, especially in fast food, like the fast food industry. You get mad easily.
Yeah.
You be stressed.
Yeah. But I mean, I like her a lot, but sometimes she just explode. Like she explode for no reason. That's really all I gotta say about her.
I like Miss Jackie. She had her days. Maybe she hit menopause. I don't know. But I really liked her. But I don't know. Maybe whenever you get on her bad days, she don't want to put up with it. I remember when I gave her attitude, and she gave me attitude back. And it was time for me to go home, and I was in the hole. We call the hole where you pass out the food, and I was just sick and tired of it because it was hot and people was just running slow. I wasn't getting my food, and it was my time to go. And I was just like, I'm ready to go. It's time for me to go. Who's my replacement? I'm about to clock out and go home. I had stayed overtime already. And she was like, I don't have people coming in. Can you just stay? And I was like, no. But if you give her attitude, she'll give you attitude back. Others just put it with it. But yeah, her humming all the time.
Next manager. We'll do one that left. Miss Joe.
Oh, I forgot Miss Joe. I love Miss Joe. She went to another McDonald's, but she trained me. Yeah, she was my first manager that trained me. I really liked her. She was really cool.
On the other hand, I didn't like Miss Joe.
Why?
Because Miss Joe used to always talk junk about me.
What'd she say? I wouldn't know.
I don't know. I think it was just a black thing, maybe. Because like she was just like, she wouldn't like necessarily talk junk about me, but she would just like talk junk to people in general. And I think it's because like, so me and JP, again, it's one of my friends. Me and JP, we used to always like, we talk all the time. Sometimes we talk about stuff so much we get sidetracked from work. You know, I kind of understand that. I'm like, I'm supposed to be here working. You know, I have a job to do, but I'm over here getting sidetracked.
That's
so,
JP.
I feel like that was a big reason. Like, whenever that happened, like, she'd just go off on both of us. She'd be like, y'all never do y'all job or nothing.
Never see that.
She was like, I'm getting sick and tired of y'all. I don't know y'all even here. Like, she would make it, like, bad. I was like, I don't like you.
I ain't never had an issue with her.
Of course you didn't. You didn't go and talk to people like, you wasn't talking to people like me and JP was. A lot of people that I had issues with, you didn't even have issues with.
She'll be like, stay till I get off. And managers work long hour shifts. So I was like, all right, more money. So we ain't never had an issue. I'm surprised you didn't like her because when she found out I married you, she was like, really? She was happy. She ain't say nothing bad.
Of course she did.
Whatever.
I think black people are.
I love Miss Jack and Miss Joe.
All right, Miss Regina, you can go first.
I don't know what to say about her. Like, some days she was alright, some days she wasn't. For the most part, I don't know, maybe it was just the vibe she give me, but I was just not feeling it. So when I was around her, I would just keep my mouth closed. But I could tell where she would put me at to get on my nerves. So I feel like she did it purposely. But because I was a crew member, I really couldn't say anything. Like, well, I would say stuff, but she ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse. So, Krista, if you're watching this, remember Teapot, okay? She wasn't a bad manager. I just didn't like her as a manager, but she wasn't a bad manager.
Let me see. Miss Regina. I agree with you on the part where you was like, so yeah, she is like, sometimes she act okay.
She shows a lot of favoritism.
Sometimes she act okay, and then sometimes she wouldn't. What else? I mean, I feel like it was more like just on like she was a female. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but every person that we named has been a female because we had like all female managers. Mm-hmm. Moving on, Miss Crystal. I hated that woman. Sure did. Yeah, I didn't like her at all. She was. I don't know why she was a manager because first of all she was a terrible manager. Whenever she became manager, our job went from okay. So this is the top. We was already here. Whenever she became manager, we was here. We was literally at the bottom. Whenever she became a manager, she was the worst manager.
He didn't like her. I remember when you told me, he was like, I don't know what she's a manager. She's coughing on the table.
This girl was
food
nasty.
Without no gloves.
She never wore gloves. She was a smoker, so she would just constantly be coughing all the time, coughing all in her hands, and then come over there and make food.
Miss Krista, I don't think nobody liked her, honestly. I don't think nobody did.
Probably why she quit.
I'll give her credit. She did try, but she ain't tried hard enough. But I don't think she was ready to become a manager, especially in the St. Paul's McDonald's, because that one stays busy all the time. I don't think she was ready for that job.
Shayna.
I don't know what to say about that snake. She really looked like a snake.
So it's not that she called her a snake because she fake though. She actually look like a snake.
Yeah, she really do. She look like a snake. But
she was one of those. If you can try to picture in your head like a snake, but picture her as in like
a pale
like
snake.
A woman. So like kind of like a woman snake, but she always works out all the time. So she's like a fitness type girl.
A bodybuilder. She wasn't a bad manager, but she wasn't a good manager. She tried too hard to be a good manager. She tried to be too perfect. And she thinks she knows everybody and everything. Granted, she's been there for a good amount of time, but she's gonna make mistakes. And when she made a mistake, it was hard for her to admit it.
Yeah, I didn't really have an issue with Shayna though. Like at one point, that was probably one of my favorite managers, but over time, I guess I don't know. I guess her attitude changed, but I still didn't dislike. I just didn't like hate her or anything like. But it was just more like just another manager type thing.
I ain't like her. There was times I would like not even want to see her face. Oh well. She was there for the money, so was I.
So, next one.
Who's the next one?
Sarah.
Sarah Jane. Sarah.
You save me for last. You can go ahead and go.
He didn't like Sarah at all.
This is not about me. It's about you. Go ahead.
Sarah. She was more of like the opening manager, and I'm not the only one. There's even managers out there that would get mad because Sarah has an opening position all the time. And that's because she had kids and her husband would work a night shift and she had to work days in order to take care of the child. But even on the weekends, she could have done it. I think now she does, but I don't know because I don't even talk to those people. Because the people that I knew don't even work there anymore. But she was She was a good manager. She was really good at her job. I'll give her that. But
That's a daggone lot.
well,
When I see you, Sarah,
at least for me.
it's on site.
At least for me, she was a good manager. But she would not put up with your mess. Like, you talk bad, she'll write you up. She will write you up. Sarah's known for writing you up all the time.
That's a lot too. She never wrote me up. I talked the most junk to Sarah, and I will still talk the junk to her if I ever see her.
Like,
she never wrote me up.
You talk junk, she'll tell you to clock out and go home. Like, she don't care.
She has told me to clock out before, but I never did. So.
Is she the one that told you about your shaving?
No, that was Michelle.
But I like the way I think she is set to be a good manager. She met my requirements to be a good manager.
Something happened, and it was very embarrassing. I'm talking about, I don't think you know the situation is. But she went around, after it happened, she went around and started telling everybody about it. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I will beat your head in. I don't care. You a female. I don't naturally hit females, by the way. But this female,
yes, you do.
I fight like a dude. Hush up, I ain't hit you. I fight like a dude. I will beat the mess out of this woman. I don't like her. There's nothing about her I like. Nothing at all. I have no respect for that woman or nothing. It's all because, like, to me, she was just, it was like she knew what was going on. So, like I said before, I worked on the grill station. So everything grill, I did. When people ordered their food, the cashiers had typed it all in, and it came back to us, and we knew what we had to make. So we'd go make our burgers and stuff. Every time was where I make the food and I'll send it up there. And she come in there, where's my food at? And I'm like, did you look inside the thing? Oh. And she wouldn't even apologize for it. I'm like, you sit here yelling at me, and I'm under more stress, and you ain't, it's easy for you. And then there'd be times like, so we'll make food, right? We'll send it up. And sometimes, people, maybe some of y'all have done it before, I've done it before. Sometimes somebody will go up there and like they'll order something and they'll change their mind, right? Or they'll add something extra onto it. So then we have to go back and either change the whole order or we have to make some more food. A lot of times people don't understand that's what we have to go do, so they get tired of waiting. So when they get tired of waiting, Sarah will get upset at us, like we did something wrong, and come back there and yelling at us. And I didn't like that. I'm like, first of all, you yelling at me, and this order just changed. I didn't have time to look back up there. This order just changed. It's super upsetting. So all this different kind of crazy message she used to do, I just didn't like her. So, by the way, me and her, we worked a good amount of times together, but there was a lot of times we didn't work together either. She worked a lot of morning times, I worked a lot of nights.
I would work nights during the week, but in the mornings. Mornings would be on the weekends. But she was a pretty good manager to me. There was a few times we might have had a couple of disagreements, but other than that, it was straight manager, straight work, and clock out and go home, and I don't know you. Because that's how I would be. There's people that want to keep it all friendly outside of work, and I don't care. Whatever you do outside of work, this is you.
I'm gonna slide on her and if I ever see her on site. Light her up. And you're gonna see it coming. She'll be like, hey yo, what's good, hoes? Just like, light her up. So that's it. That's it. That's all the managers. So, also, we didn't mention this, but that's where we met at. So, if you ever want to find out how the whole situation went down, it's kind of a crazy situation. It's kind of a long situation. So, if we do make that video, it's gonna be a long video.
Super long. It's gonna be super, super long. Yeah,
but so we met at McDonald's. So if y'all ever want to hear that video, y'all make sure y'all put that down in the comments below. Do that. But yeah, I think that's it. Make sure you guys like and comment on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe. Never gonna stop saying it. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you guys comment. And be here for our next video that's coming up pretty soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Peace out.